Hey guys, Chicago injury lawyer Scott DeSalvo here, and in today's video I answer the question, why won't my lawyer tell me what my case is worth? So, before we get into that, there was another question that somebody asked me. They wanted to know why my back seats in my car were down. Well, I bought a wreck of a house. It's the first house I've ever owned. I lived in a condo for a really long time. And then before that, it was just apartments. So really, I guess it's only the second home I've ever owned, and it's actually a house. And it's your classic money pit. Like, I've done so much of the work myself. It's been a lot of work, so much more money than I thought it was going to be. But, because I do a lot of the work on weekends and, when I'm done working, or I'll take a day off here or there, and it's really just been all work on the house all the time with any free time I have. I built a closet system, instead of one of those particle board closet systems. I actually bought a bunch of 3/4 inch plywood, stained it, bought face frame, put it all up. It came out really nice. Maybe I'll post some pictures if there's any interest. And then I built shelves, and I built out another even bigger closet, and I still have one massive closet I've got to design and build out, but I don't know what I want to do in there yet. And then there's, a million other projects for me to do at the house. So you may see debris in the back, you may see the seats up, you may see the seats down. I don't think I've shot a video with wood. It's funny, this is not a huge SUV that I've got. It's like a luxury SUV that I'm beating the crap out of because I keep putting construction supplies in here. But it's funny, the 8-foot wood is as long as I can fit in here, and it literally is like up here, almost touching my dashboard. So I don't think I've shot any videos like that. So that's the answer to that question. But back to the main question, why won't my lawyer tell me the value of my case? So there's two possibilities, okay? One is that you are dealing with a lawyer who literally does not have the knowledge and experience to be able to give you an idea, right? So before you sign up with a lawyer, a lot of lawyers out there, or at least I've run into a lot of them earlier in my career, who basically tell the client, $1 million, great case, lots of money. Then you sign up with them, and then the lawyer never calls you back. Now they've got their hooks into your case, and you talk to them, and then when it's time to settle the case, all they can talk to you about are the problems with the case, because they're just trying to get you to settle for the first offer. That does happen. It's unfortunate. We definitely never settle cases on the first offer in my office, but it does happen. So the other possibility is that you do have a good lawyer, and you have a responsible lawyer who doesn't want to give you a number until he or she has all the facts in your case. And that's actually like the sign of a good lawyer. It may be frustrating to you. Now, you may not be getting an answer from your lawyer because your lawyer is barely engaged in your case, doesn't really know who you are. I think there's a bunch of lawyers out there who aren't managing their own cases right now. They're hiring basically what used to be secretaries who manage the entire case. And the lawyers aren't even really involved or engaged in the cases whatsoever. So that's, in my opinion, that is a dangerous way to practice law. It's certainly not a way that maximizes the value and maximizes client communication and client satisfaction, which I always try to do at my office. I train everybody to at least answer the phone, and if they can't answer a question, they escalate it to me. So that's how it works. What does a lawyer need to know before he can even tell you what the range of your value of your case is? Well, it depends. If it's a workers' comp case, the lawyer needs to know how much money you make in an average week. Then the lawyer needs to look at your medical records and bills and talk to you. And then your lawyer needs to know what your medical outcome is. If the lawyer has that information with a solid diagnosis and knows what your treatment is, he or she should be able to give you some idea of the value of your case. Now, in other kinds of cases like car crash, dog bite, bar fight, nursing home abuse, medical malpractice, those kinds of cases. It depends on whether you have a wage loss, but the information the injury lawyer needs to give you a number is pretty close. They need to know how much time did you lose from work, how much do you make an hour or per week, so they can calculate your wage loss. Need a list of all your medical bills. We need information on who might have a claim at the end of the case. And then we need to know how much insurance the involved parties have. So like in a car accident case, even just knowing the name of the insurance company, I can usually tell you whether it's going to be a state minimum insurance level or higher. Okay? So that's that, and that's that. That's how that works. So what I just told you, think about it for a second. Lawyers don't know that at the beginning of the case. They only really know that after you're done going to the doctor, or after they've ordered a bunch of medical records and bills and can evaluate them, right? So, I don't know. That's how that works. So any lawyer who upfront tells you, oh, it's $1 million case, it's a sales job, right? Or they're trying to get you to shut up and get off the phone, which is, again, not a great technique, because eventually those chickens are going to come home to roost. At some point, you're going to realize that lawyer wasn't being honest with you. He gave you a BS answer just to get you off the telephone, which, we don't do at my office. I think it's not good. And I think once a client realizes you're just giving them a BS answer, they don't trust you anymore. And why should they? You sang them a pretty song to get them to sign up with you. Now they're your client. Now you don't want to talk to them. Now you don't want to look at their case. Now you don't want to answer their questions. Like, that's not a foundation for an awesome relationship with a client. So anyway, Reader's Digest is a good lawyer is not going to tell you anything like an exact amount at the beginning of the case. And if they give you an exact figure with no knowledge of the case, they're not being honest. If they ask you a bunch of questions and you're deep into your treatment, they might be able to give you, some kind of idea of the value range of the case. But, what can I tell you? That's the way it is. Is it a great answer? No, but I might have a solution for you, right? I have a tool on my website. It's called the Case Cash Calculator. I also have a different calculator called the Do I Have a Good Case Calculator. Both of these take literally 10 or 15 seconds. It's a series of multiple choice questions you answer right on your phone or on your computer or tablet. 10, 15 seconds max, maybe 20 seconds max if you have to think about the answers, but they're all very straightforward. And it gives you an idea and a range and a ballpark of what your case might be worth. So I will leave a link below with those tools that are free to use on my website. By all means, please make use of them. It's literally no obligation. Now, listen, some people have complained that I ask for your name and your email address. And if you want me to call you, you can leave your phone number as well. Some people have complained in the YouTube comments, oh, this is a scam. He wants your name and your email address. Well, listen, I'm going to tell you, as an officer of the court, I do not lie. Also, just as a person, I do not lie. I like to capture people's information, and then I email you, and I'll send you a Christmas card at Christmas time. That's about it. Listen, if you don't give me your phone number or indicate that maybe you want me to call you or something like that, like I might have somebody call you if you leave your phone number to see if there's any questions. If you don't have any questions, or you don't pick up the phone, or you don't call us back, we don't call you 50 times. We don't even call you 3 times. I think we call you like once. Just to see if you have any questions, because if somebody voluntarily leaves their number, I figure it probably means they want us to reach out. Believe it or not, a shocking number of people who contact me through the internet are just a little resistant to making the phone call. So a lot of them, I'll call them and they'll be like, oh, I'm so glad you called. and then we talk for a half hour. I'll be honest, most of them don't end up as cases for me, but I get to answer people's questions, and I made a new friend. So, and I helped somebody out. So that's perfectly okay. So you do need to put in your name and your email address on the quiz at the end to see your results. But, you know, I like to stay in touch with people, and honestly, I'm competing with people who are spending millions of dollars every year in the Chicago market. In Illinois, constant TV ads, billboards, giant internet, you know, they got fake reviews all over the internet, right? That's what I'm competing with. And the way they do that is they run mills, they sign up 1 million cases. If they don't like the case, they sign you up, and then, you know, 6 months later, you get a drop letter. You never talk to a lawyer. You never get an explanation. You never talk to a lawyer on the telephone. And then, you know, they're decent cases. They have a paralegal or a law clerk do a demand letter, send it out, settle the case for whatever they can get. Then they call you and try and talk you into settling it, whether you should or shouldn't. And that's, you know, that's a business process that I've heard rumors that some law firms operate under. And I've seen like little glimpses of it. Like, I had a client call me the other day about a big law firm who, like, literally the only person he talks to is a lady in India. Like, local injury, hired a local law firm that she saw on TV. She literally only ever got to talk to an Indian lady with a heavy accent. Never got to talk to her lawyer. So, you know, I get that lawyers, there's a money pinch, and post-lockdown and everything, things are crazy in the legal profession. There's a lot of money pressure on everybody. But that's not doing it right, in my opinion. So that's all I can tell you about that, folks. I have gone on, and that probably means I've had enough coffee this morning. So I will sign off. I hope you and your family are well. If you have any questions, please feel free. Or if you need a lawyer, you know you need a lawyer to advise you, give me a call, 312-500-4500. Anytime, day or night. I've got operators who answer that line and forward me your info immediately. If it's the middle of the night, I'm not going to call you, but you can tell them what time you want me to call you, and I'll call you at that time and on that day. And in the meantime, if you're not ready to call or you don't have a case or a question, you can always like and subscribe to the channel so you get notice of my videos if you hit the bell icon. And if you wouldn't mind giving me a 5-star review on Google, that would really help me out, and I would really appreciate it. I'll leave a website link you can cut and paste into a browser on your phone or on your tablet or computer. And finally, I'll leave links to those tools that are on my website, so you can cut and paste and go right to the tool and use it for 100% free. Since it's on my website, you can do it anytime, day or night. It's private. I don't share that information with anyone. It stays in my law firm. Okay? Your info that you put in stays in my law firm. I don't sell it. I don't share it. It stays on my computer, which is very locked down. My website has SSL encryption, which is the same encryption that banks use for online transactions. So you're solid. Anyway, thank you for watching. Sorry I went on and on. Leave it to a lawyer to use 1,000 syllables when 20 would have sufficed, right? It's a profession for people who don't know when to STFU. Anyway, thanks again for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Take care.